Maybe Browns fans are looking at the wrong names. While everyone's distracted by the stars, the plays that really matter are coming from places no one saw coming. There's a rookie who already refuses to fake confidence, and another who's quietly embarrassing vets without saying a word. And no, this isn't just summer fluff. This is a hierarchy being built. Once that first gear turns, someone's getting left behind. The question is, are you paying attention to who's really rising? Or are you going to realize it too late when the noise is impossible to ignore? This isn't just about talent. It's about how you react when everything around you starts falling apart. That's what stood out today when Shadeur Sanders showed up to practice. It wasn't the arm, it was the look. Locked in, stone cold, no slip. He didn't have to be there. Could have taken a few more days off with a picture-perfect excuse. Sore arm, sick dad, emotional weight. But he came. And folks who were up close said he wasn't just showing up, he was on a mission. Saturday, he pulled himself out of practice with pain. Today, he walked in like he owned the place. That's a brutal shift for a rookie who hasn't even played a real snap. But that's exactly why all eyes are locking in now. Because unlike what most folks expected, Shadeur isn't just the famous coach's kid anymore. He's starting to look like a real threat. And this isn't just narrative fluff. It's decision-making on the field. It's connection. It's presence. Behind the scenes, the mood shifted. He asked his dad to skip today's practice, not out of coldness, but because he's not where he wants to be yet. That says something. He wants to be judged by what he puts on the field, not his last name. And in an NFL locker room, that kind of mindset is gold. With Kenny Pickett still nursing a quiet injury, the coaches are starting to look at the two rookies through a different lens. Dillon Gabriel has time on his side, but he's been shaky. Shadeur, even with fewer reps, is flashing something you can't teach. Command. And if the preseason is a showcase, then Friday's game is a public trial. Against the Panthers, both rookies are expected to split reps. Maybe one half each, maybe a back-and-forth rotation. But here's what the insiders are saying. If Shadeur Sanders looks poised under the center, if he keeps hitting those connections with the reserves and levels up, the conversation's gonna explode. Nobody on the staff wants to waste reps on a quarterback who doesn't demand respect. Speaking of connections, the name that won't stop buzzing is Gage Leverton. An undrafted wideout at 5'8", he started quiet in rookie minicamp. Now, he's popping up at the top of performance reports. And guess who the first QB to link up with? Sanders. That's where the chemistry started, and it hasn't cooled since. Today, Leverton is kicking passes from Joe Flacco and scoring on the starting defense. That's not luck, that's rhythm. And when rhythm shows up in camp, coaches know this. These little things shade careers. When two rookies click like this, they build an ecosystem, each one making the other look better. If Shadeur keeps landing on Leverton as a speed outlet and go-to target, defenses are going to have to adjust. And once that happens, everything shifts. Inside the building, pieces are moving. Graham and Schlesinger are locking in on defense. Dylan Sampson's carving out reps with Judkins sidelined. But the real question floating around the front office is simple. Who runs this offense if the unexpected happens? If Shadeur Sanders takes emotional and technical control of the unit, Cleveland could hit a fork in the road way sooner than anyone planned. This week, it all starts to shake out. Not in pressers, not in empty quotes. On the field, among rookies still fighting for their nameplates, and vets starting to feel the ground shift under their cleats. And in this chess match, Shadeur Sanders isn't just moving pieces. He's threatening to rewrite the rules. Sometimes the most dangerous name on the field isn't the one everyone knows. It's the one nobody saw coming. And right now, the name making veteran's nervous in Cleveland,
is Gage Leverton, a 5'8" receiver, undrafted, no blue bloods pedigree. But he's got the one thing DBs hate most: separation. No resume from Bama, Georgia, or Michigan. He came out of southeastern Louisiana, then Miami, Ohio, and has been South Carolina, barely a blip on the radar. Now, in a camp packed with guys fighting for a spot, he's the one landing on every insider report, because every big play in practice keeps ending in his hands. If you're wondering how, it's not in the bio, it's in the reps. Leverton has that freaky acceleration that messes with coverage schemes. His first step shakes corners before they even plant. And despite the size, he's winning contested balls, climbing DBs, flooding between linebackers like a ghost. And he's doing it with multiple quarterbacks. Started with Shadeur, now he's catching from Flacco. No matter the set, he shows up. Naturally, the fan base is splitting. Some think it's just camp hype, another flash in the pan that vanishes in real games. But others see something different, an energy that doesn't usually show up in UDFAs. More importantly, a strategic fit the Browns desperately need. Because upside Jerry Jeudy, nobody in the receiver room is above criticism. Deontay Johnson's got talent, but off-field stuff lingers. Cedric Tillman's still unimproving consistency. Amari Cooper traded. Yoisamork, inconsistent. David Bell, up and down. And then there's Leverton, fast, locked in, versatile. He can line up in the slot, motion out of the backfield, return punts, return kicks. He's not just a beast, he's a dual backs. That puts real pressure on guys like DeAndre Gardner. He was penciled in for return duties, but as a receiver, practically invisible. And that's where Leverton starts closing the gap. If Cleveland is already carving out a spot for return duties, why not give it to someone who can also spark the offense? Dig into his college debt, analysts see inconsistencies, especially at South Carolina. But they also see flashes from Miami, Ohio, like the 273-yard, 3-touchdown game against faster, stronger defenses. He's already shown he can tear apart coverages with his burst and feel for upping space. That can't be coached. The coaches are poking at it now, putting him up against different DBs, mixing coverage types, asking for longer, tougher routes. And so far, Leverton is answering, adapting, winning. And it's starting to rattle cages. Because when a UDFA starts dominating drills, the safer vets suddenly don't feel so safe. Drip says Leverton's still a long shot, but one that's starting to pick up steam on merit, not favoritism. And in Cleveland, where the offense needs juice and their roster is full of middle-tier contracts, he might be the inspector that tips the scales. If he shies this preseason, the final rocker conversation put the brand new name front and center. When Shadeur Sanders and Leverton hit the field together with freedom to improvise, defenses are going to have a whole new problem, and the Browns front office might just have the answer. There's nothing more dangerous than a rookie with something to prove and everything to lose. Shadeur Sanders and Gage Leverton aren't just trying to survive camp, they're forcing the NFL to see them. Not as carry cases, but as real threats. And while the Cubby vets blink, these two are already slipping into the spots nobody was ready to give up. The season hasn't even started yet, but the warnings, they're already screaming. Ignore these names at your own risk. In Cleveland, being late to the party could cost you a whole lot more than just a job. Stay sharp. The ones who hear what no one else is saying, they're always a step ahead.